today on 15 on 15.
The University of Aruba gives prospective students another reason to stay on the island to pursue their education. Plus, we'll tell you why being exposed to cigarette smoke can make you gain weight. And we have a bunch of comedians from New York City on the show today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. Many young adults from the island choose to pursue their education abroad, but the University of Aruba is giving people more and more reasons to stay. Here's why. The Minister of Education, Michelle Winkler, handed out awards to educators from the University of Aruba for their completion of a certification program. The educators worked with the University of South Carolina to create an optimal syllabus and learned how to run a more structured program.
But what we also wanted to do was ensure that the students and the community saw that not only were they professors, but they were also educators. So our sister university, the University of South Carolina, facilitated a certification program where the certified hospitality educators, which comes from the American Hotel Association, brought 3 lectures down, and for an intense week we did some training on the basic aspects of pedagogy, how you set up your syllabus, how you set up a class, how do you set up the theories that go into your class, making sure that your examinations match the recommendations that you're looking for within the class. So we have assessments meet the criteria of what was actually taught.
Professors from the University of Aruba also submitted in taped classes. These were critiqued by the certification board. The goal is to continue developing the educators at the island's university.
The first group, and when we have incoming new professors, because it's the first group, but it's the whole of the faculty. So we have 8 full-time professors, so all 8 full-time professors are qualified educators, as well as having the academic qualifications to lecture at the university. It's the first for the university. It's probably the first for all the offices of higher education on the island.
John Warhol says this recent development reinforces the level of qualification from the faculty members at the University of Aruba. The hope is that this step forward gives the community more confidence to stay on the island to further their education.
I spoke to some students this morning. What does it mean? It means that all the community can then realize that the lectures that we are giving are all qualified, so they don't now need to go to abroad for the qualified. We're all qualified here. So it means that, and 6 out of the 8 are Arubans. So then our own community is now thriving, growing, and becoming a very academic force within the education system of the island.
And over the weekend, we caught up with 2 long-distance runners who reveal how to get youths and kids into a more vigorous, intensive sport, such as marathon running. These joggers say long-distance running isn't only for adults. Parents should consider recruiting a coach to introduce running to their children. There are more options than basketball or tennis to keep kids active. Youths should also consider running.
Especially the youth, I think it's important to start running in groups, because then you're motivating each other, you're more social, in an active way, more social with each other, and it motivates others as well to go faster or to do it in a playful way. And then, well, when you started young and you go on, then you can see what suits you best, what distance suits you best, and what you're going to specialize in.
Shariska Winterdahl is a mother. She says long-distance running is not suitable for everyone. If the child isn't into it, keep trying different things to keep them active.
I think we can start with young children at the age of 6 or 7. I have children too. I've tried them in athletic running, but they just don't like it. So I don't put them in it if they don't like it. So I encourage them to do other sports, and when I see that, okay, this is his sport, so he can continue. Just try to put them in different sports, what he he is talented for it.
And on that note, we will be right back. Stay with us. After the break, check out a ballet routine on paper. Welcome back to 15 on 15. Aruba still allows public smoking. This is apparently bad news for those of you who are trying to lose weight. A new study reveals that being around cigarette smoke could have yet another nasty byproduct, and that is weight gain. Many people believe cigarettes can suppress your appetite, but a new animal study has revealed that cigarette smoke could actually change the way our cells respond to insulin, causing us to gain weight. The study may have been on mice, but there could be implications for humans too. In the research, the group of mice who were exposed to smoke and had a fatty, sugary diet gained the most weight. More importantly, the mice exposed to smoke gained more weight than the mice just eating the bad diet. It turns out the smoke caused ceramide, a lipid molecule that maintains cell structure, to disrupt normal cell function, meaning the smoke changes metabolic function at the cellular level, which is very likely the reason behind the weight gain. Moving on, perhaps you'd be surprised with this next finding about what 65% of women would choose over sex. 65% of women say they would prefer a good night's sleep over sex, according to the new survey by Today. The survey goes on to reveal why. The simple answer is so many women are super sleep deprived. A whopping 58% say they don't routinely get 8 hours of sleep or more each night. There are millions of reasons as to why. It could be caffeine, stress, or Netflix. But the issue is we are not getting enough sleep. Now the question is it bad that we are prioritizing sleep over sex? Relationship experts say, not really. After all, it's hard to get in the mood when you're exhausted. Plus, a 2013 study found that when couples skimp on sleep, they're more likely to fight and leave things unresolved, which can take a big toll on your bond. And moving forward, ballet classes are popular amongst little girls. The dance is an art form with beautiful movements. Could you imagine capturing ballet routines on paper? Well, now you can. There is now a device for ballet slippers to create drawings by tracking dancers' moves. A new wearable technology called e-traces keeps track of a dancer's movements as he or she dances across the floor. The device focuses on where the dancer meets the ground. The ballet slippers do all the work. The device is attached to the slipper, which records pressure and movement from the dancer, then sends a signal to another electronic device. An app translates this information to a graph, and voila! A dance sketched out in a drawing. Let's take a break. This is what's coming up next. Have a laugh next.
One person might focus more on relationships, the other person might talk more about observational type humor.
Aruba is a beautiful island with plenty of things to do during the day for tourists and locals. But what about at nighttime? Sure, we've got great restaurants and plenty of casinos, but what about alternative options? Well, a group of comedians from New York City are here to make you laugh. These guys have all been on either The Tonight Show, Comedy Central, or even on the big screen. You can catch their stand-up act at the Marriott Hotel until Monday. Ray and Mike explains a bit about the show's concept and their stand-up styles.
Well, each comedian has their own style, so one person might focus more on relationships, the other person might talk more about observational type humor. But it's great. Everybody has a different style, and each style really complements each other really well.
I have like a joke-heavy style, so it's not joke. It's in the context of my life, but that's more my style. It's like jokes within the context of my life, and that's why you should come.
The good news is they are all friends and can make people laugh, but more importantly, they are more than capable of laughing at each other. During my interview with Ray, the boys got a chuckle out of Mr. Allen's expense.
My style is I work off the crowd quite a bit. So I might talk to people in the audience and I learn about them, where they're from, what they're doing in Aruba, if they're local, where they live on the island, and I play with the crowd quite a bit. So since there's really no crowd here, but I do also talk about New York City and talk about my ex-girlfriends and that sort of thing. You know, if we started dating and broke up, you could be part of my act.
Okay. With the jokes aside, Mike explains the key to success to stand-up routine.
Mine is just to keep writing and to keep turning material over. The more you write, the better you get. You know, even we've been doing comedy a number of years now. All of the guys here, like Ray was saying. So, but you keep writing, you keep trying, you keep making it funnier, and keep turning it over. That's the key to it. Just like anything, you keep working to make it better.
The comedians bring up a good point regarding why a comedy show works on the island.
Well, I created the job opportunity because it wasn't like there was an ad listing, you know, saying comedians needed. So I just thought the island has everything to do during the day, but at night you go to a restaurant or you go to the casino. There's no real live entertainment, there's not any shows. And I knew that the American tourists and also the locals would love to see these amazing comedians, including myself, perform here in Paradise.
For more information on the comedians show, call 520-6606. We'll hear from the other two comedians on the next show, and you won't want to miss that because some of them take over the mic and do what they do best. Before we go, good news for all drivers. Gas prices are going down on Wednesday, so fill up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.